Welcome to side 4 of the gold die. Here we're going to begin to talk about categorization. We've already talked about taking your ideas and writing them on paper and pencil. Now we're going to take and number those ideas, or we're going to imagine that we took all of our ideas and put them on 3x5 cards, and we're going to begin to break them down in categories so we know how to control our thinking, how to create priorities. I hope you enjoy. What you do is you're going to take all those ideas and you're going to break them into 4 piles. Okay, that's what my dad had to do. He had to take those ideas and he break them into 4 piles. His first category, okay, or categorization was his garbage. You know, there was a bunch of those cards, or a bunch of those individuals that he talked to that gave him an idea. For an example, he may have talked to this guy over here, and this guy may have gave him a bad idea, and he needed to get rid of it. Okay? There's sometimes we talk to people, and there's ideas, and we think about them and say, let's get rid of that. Let's just throw it in the trash. Okay? And then there's ideas that we have sometimes that come through our head, and we decide, well, it's a good idea, but not for now. It's not something I want to pursue. It's just not something that I want to do. Okay? So you can put all those ideas down here. If you've been taking a paper and pencil and you've been collecting your ideas and your thoughts, you literally have the ability to take and to categorize all of those thoughts into different categories so that you can then organize them. All right? So your first pile down here is your trash pile. You're getting rid of your ideas. This up here is your doable pile. It's, you put the cards or the ideas or the things that you know that you can do right now with the resources you already have. In other words, my dad could presently get in the car and go down and talk to the banker. All right? He didn't have the money to be able to build the mini storage, okay? But he knew that one of the things that he could do is that it was doable for him to go talk to the banker. It was also doable for him to go talk to some of his friends who did have money. All right? There was things that my dad knew that was possible. All right? My dad knew it was possible to go ahead and clear the land over there. All right? If he had a bulldozer. If he had a land permit. There was lots of things he knew that he could do if he had the resources to do it. Okay? He knew he could build that mini storage if he had the money. Right? So in our piles here, we're going to have a possible pile, something that we know that we can do if we have the money. All right? And then we're going to have the doable pile, something that we know that we can do right now. There's nothing that needs to be met. We can do it right now based on the resources we presently have. So what you're doing is you're taking a paper and pencil and you're writing down all the ideas, your pivot points. You're writing down all the ideas that you have had when you have focused on one thing and you're committed to do your best, and you've had that open mind and you've talked to a bunch of people and gotten a bunch of ideas. You literally are taking and deciding what is doable out of that, and you're doing it. You're deciding what's possible out of that. Now my dad may have felt as if that he could have a chain of 100 mini storages, okay? But that would have gone over here. This is the other pile, is your impossible pile. Nothing's impossible, but it's the impossible dream. You know, it's there's an old song called "Dream the Impossible Dream." Okay, nothing is impossible, but it's too big sometimes. Sometimes our goals are so large, so huge, the things that we want to do, that we have to set them over to the side, and we got to focus on what's possible, what we know that we can do, and we got to focus on what's doable. You know, you have to have the first mini storage. He knew he could build a mini storage right before he could have 100 mini storages. And so he was taking all of his ideas or all of his thoughts and breaking those in those piles. Now, he realized that if he were to take and have 5 things on his priority list, 5 things that he was going to do all the time, okay, where would he find them at? He would find them in the doable pile. So he could take and look at all the things that he was talking about doing, and he could have 5 things on the top of his priority list out of his doable pile. He could also have 5 things on his possible list that he could end up doing. All right? As long as my father kept 5 things on a to-do list that was doable and 5 things on the possible list, then what he did is he had some short-term goals. Right? He had some things that he could get done in the next few hours or in the next week. He had a task list that allowed him to accomplish those things. When he wrote those things down on that sheet of paper and categorized them and prioritized them, then it gave him a road that he could run on. Right?
Yes.
Gave him a place that he could go, things that he could do.